Am I the astronaut for asking my daughter to make my wedding cake, even though my fiancé is completely against it? So this all started about 4 months ago when me and my fiancé, I'm 44 female, he's 48 male, finally decided to tie the knot after being together for a little over 3 years. It's both our second marriages, and honestly, I was excited, but also low-key nervous about doing it all over again. I wanted to keep things simple but meaningful this time, more about us and the people who matter, not about fancy flowers or some overpriced DJ. Now here's the thing, my daughter 22 female has gotten really into baking the last couple of years, and she's actually pretty dang good at it. Like she even sells stuff on the side and gets orders through word of mouth and social media. She's made birthday cakes, engagement cakes, even a baby shower one that looks straight out of Pinterest. She made my cake for my last birthday and it was perfect. Beautiful, super tasty, and it had that special, she made this for me touch. I cried, not even gonna lie. I don't know why I picture OP like sitting there eating cake, crying. You know what I mean? So when we started planning the wedding, I thought it'd be really sweet to ask her to make the cake. Like, what could be more special? It's not just about saving money, though yeah, wedding cakes are crazy expensive, but about having something made by someone I love and who knows me. I thought it'd be kind of symbolic too, you know? Like blending the families and her being a part of the day in a real way. Well, it turns out my fiancé doesn't see it like that. When I brought it up, he straight up said no. Not even a maybe or let's talk, just a hard no. Said he already found a bakery that does elegant cakes and that we should go with professionals. This is our wedding and he wants everything to look high-end and not handmade. His words, not mine. Okay. And this is the context that probably turns it to an NTA thing, right? I think you guys, you have like oppositional viewpoints coming into this wedding. You're like, I don't want it to be fancy. I want it to be heartfelt and about the people that really matter. And he's like, I need the fancy things. I was shocked. Like it's my daughter. She's not just some random. I felt like he was rejecting her. I told him it really meant a lot to me, and she was excited too. I already mentioned it to her before we had the final decision, so now she's hurt and feeling like her stepdad-to-be doesn't think she's good enough. Okay, OP, might have been a good idea to talk to fiancé before asking your daughter, although, why would he oppose this? He said it's not personal and he doesn't mean anything against her, but that this is about the look and feel of the wedding and he has a vision for it. That hurt even more, honestly, like his vision doesn't include her. I tried talking to him again later, calmly, saying this was really important to me, and he got frustrated, saying I was making a big deal over cake and that I'm trying to turn this into a mother-daughter showcase, which, wow, that felt like a slap in the face. I've always supported his choices, even when I didn't love them. I helped him pick his suit out, even though I thought the color was too loud. I agreed to the venue, even though I originally wanted something smaller. But now I'm being told I can't have this one thing.
What are you doing, OP? Stop conceding.
I feel kind of betrayed, not gonna lie. Like, this one isn't just about the cake. It's about feeling like my voice and my family aren't being heard. And yeah, I know it's both of our wedding, but if we can't include the people who matter to us, then what's the point? I'm not asking for her to do the flowers, the catering, the dress, just the dang cake. Now things are tense between me and my daughter, too. She said she doesn't want to come if she's not welcomed fully, and I honestly don't blame her. She said she feels embarrassed and humiliated. And I know she's trying to act tough, but she was so excited when I asked her. She's even sketched out ideas and started testing flavors. It breaks my heart. I tried telling him again, even offered a compromise, like letting her do a smaller second cake or even the groom's cake if he wanted his fancy main one. He still said no, called it messy, and said it would be confusing for guests.
What?
Oh yeah. Don't put two cakes in front of me. I'll get lost. What do I do? You eat them both. It's not hard. It's not messy. That's not confusing. So now I'm stuck. I'm seriously thinking about postponing the whole thing because I feel like we're not even on the same page about what matters. I keep wondering if I'm being selfish or dramatic. I mean, yeah, it's just a cake, but is it really? It feels like more than that. It feels like he's trying to erase the parts of my life that don't fit his aesthetic. And I don't know if I can swallow that and move on like it's no big deal. So yeah, am I the astronaut for wanting my daughter to make my wedding cake even though my fiancé is dead set against it? Hey, you know what? We're going to bring Tater into the mix here.
That's how I feel.
Tell the wannabe Schmidt to sit the down and shut up. Like, I get that it's their wedding, but he's not even willing to compromise on this. She threw out a great compromise, and he's just like, no, it messes with my aesthetic. Well, great. He wants a party, and she wants a marriage. Like, this, in my opinion, does not seem like a compatible couple.
He wants, I don't even know that he wants the party. He wants Instagram posts.
Yuck. It's yuck. It grosses me out.
It is yuck. And you know, we don't have the full context about the relationship here, but we know there's enough context that she's had to concede multiple times to things that she hasn't want to do. And the fact that when she brought this up to him, but okay, back it up, and I repeat, yes, it would have been a really good idea to talk to your fiance about this before mentioning it to your daughter. That would have prevented the risk of her getting hurt like it had been here. And knowing that he has some strong opinions about the wedding before that would have been an even better idea to do, right? That didn't happen. Lesson learned. But I think the bigger lesson here is that you're the only one who has to compromise. You're the only one who has to give in. You're the only one who has to have any kind of cost involved here because he gets his way at every turn. Is he going to pick out your dress? Like, where does this end? And I think you're right. It seems like the things that matter to him don't matter to you and vice versa, which begs the question, why the are you guys getting married? Tony Spark just added some comments by OP here. Let's dive in. Comments by OP responding to someone saying that he is worried just about appearances. Says, thank you so much for this. Seriously, reading your words made me feel like someone gets it. I've been sitting with this heavy feeling in my chest, like I'm not being heard and like maybe I'm the one overreacting, but you're right. It's not about just a cake. It's about what it represents. You nailed it. He's really putting appearances over people, and it hurts more than I've been letting myself admit. Especially when it's not just my daughter's feelings on the line, but mine too. I hadn't even fully looked at it that way until you broke it down, that I've compromised on so many things already just to keep the peace and support his choices, but the one thing I ask for that honestly means a lot to me, he shuts down completely. With no hesitation, by the way. No room for compromise at all, not even a groom's cake like you suggested. I'm going to take your advice and actually sit down with him and list it all out. Everything he's gotten his way on and what I've let go of for the sake of our day. And I'll be clear, this isn't about controlling anything. It's about having both of us reflected in this wedding. He says we're a team, and I want to believe that. But teams compromise, not bulldoze. Thank you again for validating this. It means more than you know. I'll update soon. Another comment here, but before we get into that, he says you're a team. What he means by team is like he's in charge of you. You do what he says. It's Jerry Jones. Yeah, Jerry Jones. Yeah, we're a team. Yeah, totally. We're a team. Responding to someone who says, why is she still marrying him? She says, honestly, I'm really torn right now. Part of me wants to believe he can come around and we can work this out, but this whole situation has definitely put a strain on things. Not just with my daughter, but between me and him too. It's made me question if we really are on the same page about what matters in a marriage. I don't want to throw away something I've waited a long time for, but I also can't ignore how hurt this has made me feel. I'm hoping we can talk it through and find some middle ground, but right now it's hard to see how. Thanks for asking. I'll keep you posted. Poor OP. Holy shit. Why? I don't know.
I genuinely feel bad for OP. Like, this is I would not move forward with this wedding because what's next? How you decorate your house?
Yeah.
What the clothes that you wear don't represent his aesthetic, so you can't wear those clothes. I mean, she said it was a second marriage for both of them, right? Second wedding. Yeah. And I feel like the homemade, like involving your families because you're blending, like all of that is important when you're having, like, I can't imagine not having my child make that cake. And so to me, it's a difference of values and what you value in life and what you want out of life. And those two things don't align. So why are you joining your families if those two things don't align for you?
So question for everyone here. Normally when there's a bridezilla, like a bridezilla at least shows the groom like capacity for the zilla part of things, right? And you learn a lot during that process, and it shows a different shade of the person that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with. Same goes for Groomzilla here. This is the first Groomzilla story that I've run into that I remember, and it's concerning. It's not just about the things that he wants for the wedding either. It is about, no hesitation shutting things down, even when those are sentimental things that should not be a big deal to him. He says, it's just cake. Like, yeah, you're right. Throw that back on your fucking self. It's just cake. Why are you so strongly opinionated about it? I don't know. This whole thing, like, OP, I'm glad that you posted this, and I'm glad that you have had enough comments that you've responded to here that have made you stop in your tracks and say, yeah, I'm really, really thinking about this and trying to figure out if this makes sense to move forward, because I honestly don't know now. Definitely postpone at this point, if not cancel. Like, it seems like you are an opportunity for him to have the magazine wedding that he's always wanted. Like, I think he cares more about the pictures than he actually does about doing life with you. And it's always more than just the cake. And in this case, you know what? I bet your daughter's cake would have looked and tasted so much better than the bougie bitch cake that Groomzilla wanted here. So